Hi Libra. So sorry it's been so long. My hair's crazy today. And also sorry I kind of look like shit. As Libra, I'm sure you guys hate that, but so I'm excited about this reading. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, just an update. I'm going to be going on a 1,006-mile hike by myself to sort of do some shadow work on myself around the Gulf Coast. So I am doing a special right now for this week only. Going into next Tuesday, but you have to email me soon because I'm filling up fast. But I'm doing a $50 30-minute special. No other time blocks, just $50 30-minute special. Okay. So if you'd like a reading, shoot me an email. I'm going to put it in the description box. It's also in my about section, and we'll get you scheduled. Okay. So like I said, I'm excited about this reading. I have to say, Libras, I think they're the most unique sign in the zodiac. And it's funny because they kind of fly under the radar, right? Like when people ask your horoscope, you say Sagittarius or, Leo or Cancer. Numbers like, oh, like everybody's had that experience with somebody. With Libras, it's like, I don't know, everybody's like, oh, okay. They don't know much about it because who really does? It has so many facets to it. Libras are so cool and so chill. My best friends in the world are a lot of them Leos. I don't know a lot of Libra men, so I'm actually a little bit ignorant on that experience-wise. Any men out there that are Libras that would like a reading, I'd love to do a reading for y'all. One of my best friends in the entire world, Grace, she's a Libra. My very first childhood friend, Natalie, was a Libra. And man, just chill people. So intelligent, beyond intelligent. They have a way of speaking that makes you really want to listen to them. So yeah, I don't know what made me say all that. I don't usually talk about horoscopes much, but like I guess I like puzzles. I was a code breaker in the military for 10 years, and when I can't figure something out, that gets me off. I love that stuff. Okay, so interesting. The High Priestess somehow always reminds me of Libra, just because of, even though it doesn't stand for you, but just because of the pillars. But you pulled two animal spirit guides. I pulled them before just because it takes forever to look them up in the book. They're asking me to read one before the reading. None of the other horoscopes have done this. And then one after. That's a really cool card. Look at that. This is one for spirit. So each one's elemental. This is the Swan, which is of water, right? And look at that reflection there. I think this is a beautiful card as well. And then we have the Black Egg. Okay, this is a really neat card too. I haven't read it in a while, so I don't remember. So we'll see how they all tie together. We're gonna do the Swan. I'm gonna read that to you. Then we're gonna pull a spread, see what's going on right now, general. And generally, mine have been really pushing towards people's spiritual evolution within their own path, right? There's plenty of love readers out there, and I'm not saying love will never come up in your reading. That is often part of our path, but it's walking our path that takes us to that love, right? So reading's not for everybody. It's going to be for those who need messages most. So I've called in spirit guides for all Libras who really need messages, and they're often going to coincide with me and say, give me a general. If you want a more in-depth reading, just like I said, shoot me an email. Okay. Swan. I had a lot of coffee, so sorry if my hand's all shaky. Effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, and elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity in the Hindu mythology. The goddess Saraswati, I don't know if I said that right, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. This swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the Swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, and an inner vision is likely to be revealed. Interesting. When you are in balance, you are infinite creative power. When you're out of balance, agitated, snippy, and lacking vision. To bring into balance, solo time and writing. Awesome, you guys. And a lot of my Libras that I do know love writing. My friend Natalie, I told you about, I believe she's an editor or was an editor at some point, book editor, and my friend Grace is a librarian. So for some of you that are going, listening, hold on. Okay, they're pointing out the throat chakra. So some of you really need to speak your authentic truth, okay? And authentic truth meaning your truth, right? Your inner truth. Don't go off of what you see on the outside, what's coming from here, what's coming in your heart, a little clearing here. And I don't mean that you're lying by any means. I'm saying you're holding back. You're not speaking your truth, and it's important that you do so. Maybe because you're afraid of hurting people's feelings. I know my Libras, they don't like rocking the boat. You know, they'll always be there for you, but they aren't going to be one to mediate between two people fight. You know, they're super chill. They're drama free. They don't want that in their life. And when that does happen, it doesn't take much drama to really make them want to go within. I mean, isolate, or, you know, basically they're the least likely of all the zodiac to want to participate in any drama. So it is important for you to speak your truth, even if it does rock the boat a little bit. Okay. Okay, Spirit, talk to me about my Libras right now. Any messages, situations, what's going on with them right now? Some of you it may really help to I'm sorry, they're talking quite quickly for usually my Libra readings are slower. The chatter. They're saying for some of you who do have a talent in artistry, but I'm hearing for a lot of you writing, you really need to get back to journaling. I feel like a lot of you were doing that and have gotten off that horse. You really need, for a lot of you, you really need to get back into that. Even if you know you don't talk to certain people, at least you're speaking your truth into that journal. You know, there's no judgment there, right? You need to see your own truth. That's what's the most important thing. Okay. All right, Spirit, talk to me about my Libras and what is going on right now. I'm sorry, I wasn't really ready yet in their situation right now. Tell me where their soul is at. What is their soul? Where's their soul's path right now? Where's their soul's path right now? Where's their soul sitting right now? Okay. Four of Swords. I'm going to pull this spread, and then we're going to get back to reading the entire thing together. Tell me what it is. So where they are versus where their soul is. Tell me where they are versus where their soul is. Interesting. All right, Spirit, tell me about what's in the immediate past, okay, that you need to remember, okay, immediate past that they need to remember. Okay, I'm feeling that one too. What's crowning this reading right now, Spirit? What's crowning this reading? Crowning this reading. Give me a double crown, Spirit. Give me a double crown. I'm going to talk about all these in just a second. I have gotten comments. Somebody said I shuffle too long or I shuffle too much, and this is just the way my gift works. I can't do anything about it. Very powerful. I wish that I could. I would do it before I got on here with you guys, but I just don't feel like that's authentic. Spirit, tell me about what's coming in the very near future. Man, they're talking quick. This is awesome. And it's feeling very, yeah. Okay. This one going to come out for near future. It's a little bit near future. Talk to me about a lot of threes. You guys are definitely going through a lot of change right now. A lot of change. Any other? Okay. All right. This is really awesome, you guys. Okay, so overall of your reading is the Six of Wands. Okay, but it's in reverse. And what this usually means is, the battle may have been won, but at what cost? You know, look at the blood, dark clouds. They don't look like they're extremely happy. They're glad it's over. It's like, I feel like a lot of you have really, you're recovering from that tower moment, you know, when everything has fallen apart, right? You're in the process of cleaning up the mess, of saying, how did this happen, right? How did this all happen, and how did it go so horribly wrong? I mean, I see that you're coming out of it, but wow, it's really done a number on you and your loved ones, those around you. I see a lot of people beaten up and battered. Just remember to have compassion for everyone who's it's affected, not just you, okay? Try to walk in their shoes too, and realize whatever the situation is, you're not the only one that's been affected. In the center of your reading, where your soul is right now, in this connotation, this is a Four of Swords, and in this connotation, I feel like, I feel like the camera's dirty. I think it was. Is that clear? So in the Four of Swords, we see here that this king has fought a hard battle. And swords are your suit, that's air. But this king's fought a hard battle, and he's taken a well-deserved rest. You know, after that, you need to go within. You need to figure out, you know, just rest. You need to rest your soul. You need to do some inner contemplation. Well, in this version right here, we see that he's sat there so long now that his kingdom is beginning to burn down around him. Okay? Now, normally when this card comes out, it's time to give your soul a kickstart, right? Have some inner balance. I'm not feeling that your soul and your mind are balanced right now. So again, go within, do some journaling. Try to speak your inner truth to figure out where this block is. Over that, where your mind is, this is the Star card in reverse, okay? So Star card is a beautiful, beautiful card. Wishes granted, but also about, again, replenishing your soul. This is a safe place of refuge to replenish your soul. Here we see, though, Spirit's looking down on her. There are so many options that she doesn't see. Something new is trying to grow behind her. Something new is trying to grow behind her. And she doesn't see that. And Spirit's looking at you like, well, how long are you going to sit there? Okay. Yes, this was needed. This was needed. But now it's time to get up and move, right? It's time to get up and move. And I said the other day, I don't know, maybe some of you actually have a spirit guide. This came out in someone else's reading in a different spot, but maybe some of you actually have a spirit guide that's trying to talk to you. Maybe a loved one that's passed away, or just God or Spirit trying to talk to you, I'm feeling. Is what I'm mostly feeling. But I said the other day, I was like, it's kind of hot for water, man. I need a water. Got abs. Yes, looking pretty good for a water man. Wish I could see what else is going on down there. Okay, so that's it's a strong message. It's like it's happened. Whatever it is, I feel like it's happened at the root of your situation here. Now, this is a really good way to get this card. The Three of Swords can sometimes mean a third-party relationship. So if this applies to you via love and you had your heart broken, right? It's already been done, and we know you're in the pain. Now, right here, again, wow, look at that. Another flower growing that he can't see. So now he's looking at it and he's like, okay, this has happened. Like I said, I feel like most of you, the tower moment's already happened. It's all crumbled down. It's like God pulled all of those things down that weren't serving you. And I know that it was hard and it was painful and it was heartbreaking, whatever the situation was that was ripped down around you. But you know it's happened. Now look at it, right? He's looking at it and just contemplating. You know, he's still sad, but he's going to move on. He's going to move on. There is something new growing that is so beautiful. So for those of you who have lost hope, I'm feeling like some of you have really lost hope. That I can't think of a more synchronistic way to say, yes, we see the pain, but if you start moving forward, they've got something growing for you already. And it was, I know it doesn't feel like it now maybe, or at the time, but it was in your best interest. I promise you that you're going to look back and say, I understand why that happened. I feel like a lot of you are definitely coming through a huge cycle of change. It's going to push you forward into a pretty big spiritual transformation. Like it's really going to, I posted something the other day and it said, if life's gotten harder, you must have leveled up, right? You must have leveled up. When I see someone who has struggled intensely, even like a homeless person on the street or something like that, I'm thinking, you know, I don't have pity for them. I think they're taking the PhD level in this life, you know? Someone that has it easy and is rich, hey, I'm happy for them, but that doesn't make them any better or worse. It just is a different path. So what you're going through right now is really important. Now you did get some interesting cards for your past. Some of you have issues with indecisiveness, not being able. This cycle will continue to come around until you walk through it. Okay, because the universe loves us that much that they're going to keep us on our path, and walking through these cycles is how we level up to the next cycle, right? So you got the Two of Wands in reverse. Now, here we see it's a well-dressed man. He obviously has what he needs. You know, he's not homeless. He has nice clothes on. He has a nice view, but he's holding a world in his hands and he's looking out there and he's like, man, it could be bigger. I could be more. Sometimes they take everything away from you because you got too comfortable, right? You got too comfortable. They're saying that this is how we walk through this cycle. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Okay, stepping out of your comfort zone. If you look now, we see, man, look at that look of determination. Get determined. You've done this before, and I know it's hard for Libras. They don't like rocking the boat, like I said. But you got to step outside your comfort zone. Stop caring what people think. And expand your circle, expand your world, okay? Look at that screaming behind him. That's something within you screaming to get out, okay? Don't ignore it anymore. Don't ignore it anymore. In the past, you've had difficulty making decisions. Now, this is the Lover's card, okay? You got it in reverse. So it could be, it's not always about love. And with these surrounding ones, I do see for those of you, some of you have had fear-related issues with love because you've been burned so many times, right? So opening up completely to someone is very difficult for some of you. Okay, that's something that you have to walk through. Look, I know that you've been burned. Okay, this guy, he won. Look at him. Again, victorious, but at what cost, right? At what cost? Each one of these is a battle in your life. Right? And it's a 9 at the end of a cycle. You're completing a cycle. But on this side, we see that you have to reach out and ask for help. Okay. Try not to let your pride get in the way of that. You know how it feels when you have the ability to help someone that you care about and love? That feeling you get? Let them have that feeling. They deserve it too. You know? It doesn't make you a beggar. You've been through a lot, and not asking for help is depriving them of doing something good on their path to bring them great karma. So allow others to help you. Remember, you're not alone, but do not be afraid. Okay, do not be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. I do feel they're saying very clearly, some of you it has to do with love, right? Walking away because you're comfortable. You're too comfortable, maybe. I feel like that's the case for a lot of you. Some of you have gotten so comfortable and you don't want to have to be in this situation to reach out to help from others. But there's so many that want to help, will be there for you if you decide to. Okay? This cycle has presented itself multiple times in your life and will continue to do so until you do it. Until you do it. And I feel like many of you are going to have the courage to do this. Now, moving upwards, we came to Temperance. Balance. This again, always think of Libra. Okay, this is a really beautiful card. Remember to maintain your balance between your spiritual world and your material world. Okay, she has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the earth, right? I feel like you guys are generally so good about that. That's why you are so easygoing. Your souls are so beautifully balanced. But they're reminding, this is crowning you right now. This is so important to remember that balance is key to everything. When Libras get out of balance, it really can mess up, like it's a trickle down of a snowball effect for their whole life, because that is their sole mission here, is to attain and maintain that balance, right? So when you feel like this, something screaming inside you to get out, something pushing you, you know you need to go forward, but you're having such a hard time to cross over into that uncomfortable place, right? I call it getting fun comfortable, because it's when you get uncomfortable that the fun really starts. Okay, so you have this here saying that this is how you walk forward, right? Maintaining that balance, but pushing their boundaries a little bit. Okay, pushing your boundaries a little bit. I know things have seemed like they've fallen apart, right? And some of you have been isolating, I feel. Some of you have been isolating. I'm seeing that some of you may even be self-medicating, just because how else are you going to shut this voice up inside of you, right? And you have to deal with this stuff. You have to journal about this stuff. You have to deal with it. You cannot avoid this pain. You can't avoid the pain. Speak your truth. Speak your truth to the people who did hurt you. If you can do that, please just speak in a calm manner. Write them a letter. Maybe write them a letter. I just heard that. So you guys got a lot of twos. Again, that's making choices, right? Making choices. So Temperance and the High Priestess crowning your reading, right? The High Priestess is beautiful and magical and spiritual. She's the holder of all the secrets beyond the veil, okay? And she's offering them to you, right? You know what to do. This is intuition. Balance your intuition with what you know of the situation. Look at your situation. You know what to do. Trust your gut. Trust your gut, okay? Some of you are getting a whole new start, okay? Don't let this be wasted. Now, you got here in the very near future, this is what's coming, like probably in this month, the next couple weeks. You're leaving this situation, and it's scary, because if you look behind him, the road has fallen away. That means there's no turning back. And that could be because once you take this path, there's no turning back, or they have forced you into a path because you didn't take it, and now there's no turning back. Either way, you are loved and you have a clear way ahead of you. Now, interestingly enough, if we look closely here, I'm not sure if I can focus in, there's chains. He's broken free. So even though it seemed like you were in this comfortable spot, you were technically chained there. That was not your destiny. They had to push you out. Okay, so deal with the pain of what was lost in the process, but know that it was for the best. You have a new mission. Okay, get on your chariot. All you have to do is take steps. Get on it, and Spirit's got you the rest of the way. The hardest part is getting on it. The hardest part is taking that first step, but Spirit can't pick you up and put you on it. It has to be free will. You have to get on this chariot. God is not going to force you onto it. This is a co-creation. This life is a co-creation of us and God. Okay, that's really been coming out in a lot of readings. Moving down here, beautiful. I love these cards. Okay, now, interesting. Some of you have been having ruminating, negative, reminiscing about the past, what has been lost. Like this is the Six of Cups. You got it in reverse. You're standing up there just thinking about kind of like the old times, the way things used to be. Cut that out. Journal about it. Get it out of your heart. But the past doesn't exist. It's memories. The future doesn't exist. That's your imagination. All that matters is what you're doing right now. Okay? So get out of this funk. Stop operating in a numb state where you're just going through the motions. Start writing things down. It'll be hard at first. I don't care if your first entry is F this stuff. I don't feel like it. You can just write a big X mark. Draw a picture of yourself giving the bird. I've done all of that. You can be angry, but you need to start it. What Spirit sees that you don't see. Man, this is awesome, you guys. There is a new opportunity coming. There is a new opportunity coming. I feel like some of you have an idea, but you're afraid to move forward with it. You need to start finding people to collaborate with on that, okay? Right now, you're still in this phase, like, kind of afraid to I don't know if you, again, speak your truth. I'm not sure if you're afraid to talk about it, if it's a little bit out there, it's a totally different thing for you, but you have something brewing inside of you. If not, write about it. It's going to come to you. And again, my gosh, look at that. There's a flower, right? There's a flower, and there's a secret idea in here that they're gonna. What did it say in this card? Something's waiting in a vision for you. Like you're gonna get a vision of something. Some a divinely inspired idea is gonna come to you if you start taking these steps. What Spirit sees that you don't see. Okay, this woman right here, a lot of people are getting this card too. Again, swords deck, 8 of swords. Okay, this woman has been tied up. Okay, again, each one of those swords, those happened to her. That she didn't put herself there. But now we see, blindfolded, now we see that she has a sword in her grasp. That eagle represents Spirit saying, as soon as you uncut yourself, which you're totally capable of doing, and stop blinding yourself to the truth, then I will guide you the rest of the way. But I can't untie you, right? Getting here may not have been your fault, but staying is your fault. Okay, you have to own that. Okay, you must cut yourself free. You must cut yourself free for Spirit to be able to even help you. Like I said, if you take that one step, they got you the rest of the way. It's going to be way too easy. You'll face challenges, but you'll find that Spirit clears the way the entire time. God does that for us. Our guides, our angels, they do that. Okay? And here, again, what Spirit sees that you don't see. The Ace of Wands, right? This lightning striking through means the time is now, you guys. Enough sitting around. Enough sitting around. I mean, these cards couldn't be any clearer. This is a beautiful reading. It's saying, we get it. We know it was painful, and you have every right to feel that way, and we want you to feel it. We need you to walk through this pain. It's part of your cycle. Once you do that, that's when we can help you. That's whenever we can do some world-changing, beautiful stuff to set you on your path. Okay? And again, these are beautiful. What Spirit sees that you don't see. These are the last two. The 10 of Cups waiting for you, okay? You got it in reverse because look at this. This stands right here for the Ace of Cups. Something completely new and beautiful and loving is waiting for you. This can stand for a very loving relationship. It can stand for a new relationship. But basically, you have 10 of Cups is my cup overflowing. They're waiting for you on that beach. They're saying this is what's waiting for you if you can do this. And the Judgment card, right? This is this is probably my favorite card in the deck. This one and the High Priestess, which you got both of. This is Archangel Gabriel standing up and saying, here is your mission in life. Here is, this to me stands for, all of this was to put you on your path. Your divine gifts are going to be open because you had the courage. You had the courage to walk through this pain, to get up. Don't let it kill you. Don't let this kill you. I know it was a hard hit for a lot of you. Do not let this kill you. But you are going to have the courage to walk through this so we can bring you to your destiny, your destined path. But you have to gather all the tools. These swords were not meant to trap you. They were meant to teach you. Pick them up. Put them in your arsenal so you can use them as tools. Don't allow them to trap and blind you. Okay? Beautiful reading, you guys. Oh, I needed this one. A lot of them have been a little bit dark. Okay, so now, final outcome. I'm hearing for anyone who has, this is going to apply to a few select group of people. For anyone who has, I'm listening, I'm sorry. Yeah, a lot of change with the 2s and the 3s. If you've been seeing a lot of 3s everywhere, that denotes change. Also, if you have a special relationship with Jesus Christ, that often is his way of saying, I'm right here with you. He was crucified at the age of 33. He protects the number 3. That's a big communicator for him. And 9. So 3, 9, 15 are the numbers that he communicates with. Now, I'm hearing for those of you who have daughters, one of you has a daughter with I'm seeing these 3 here. This doesn't usually mean this, but this is what I thought whenever I saw it. One of them has a very special gift. Okay. And I'm feeling like someone is estranged from their daughter or not communicating well with their daughter at this point in time. She is ready to talk. Again, if you need to speak your truth, open this dialogue up, and I think that both of you are going to have an understanding of the situation a lot better. She's ready to talk in a peaceful and beautiful way, ready to apologize for her part in this, and ready to listen to your part in this. So don't, without judgment, just go and speak your truth. Ask if you guys can talk, whoever that is. I don't know. That was a message maybe only for one person. Now I'm seeing this beautiful final outcome. Okay. This is Beautiful, right? Oh, I love it when the cards tie together. So 4, remember in the center where your soul is? It's time to get up, okay? Listen to spirit. I know it's going to be scary. Take some steps. Right here we see you got the other side, but look, the 4 of Cups. At the final outcome, the beginning was the 4 of Swords. Now you see here he's depressed. He's like, look at everything I've lost. Look at all this I've lost. You're over that. In your final outcome, we're showing you get on that ship and you do sail away. Because you don't need those cups on that shore that are all spilled. Because what do you have? This is what they want you to know. You got to go find these full, beautiful cups, 10 of them. So you are going to have even more. You feel like you've lost, but you're actually going to be gaining if you can walk through this. Okay? Watch the negative thoughts. Every time you get a negative thought, replace it. You're confusing the universe. They're trying to manifest this for you. And again, final outcome, powerful. You have the Magician. And transformation, death. That's awesome. I know death looks scary. People always, this is again another favorite card. Death means the old you is dead. You walked through it. This is spiritual transformation. You realize, and when you get to this point, you're going to be so thankful because it's going to add so much to your arsenal of tools and skill sets in this life. It's going to take you far. Magician, this is action. You're going to go through this transformation and things are changing for you, baby. A new start. Look at this. The 1 major arcana card. Both of these are major arcana. Look at that shooting star. You're going to have something that is so good, I'm hearing, that you can't even conceive of it right now. You can't even dream it up. If you have the courage to do this, you're going to look back and say, I can't believe it took me so long to do this. Okay? Now, the Magician, what they want you to know about this, see that lemniscate up there? That's eternity. These cycles, yes, sometimes we're down, but man, when we come back up, we see why, and we're so much stronger and powerful and happier for it. How many things have happened in your life that were negative, and you look back on things, say, thank God I learned that lesson then, right? I wear this to remind me all the time. Sometimes there will be pain in this life. That's part of it. Walk through it and learn from it. Look at that pain. Say, what are you trying to teach me? Change your mindset, not to, ouch, that hurts, and get angry. Say, what is this trying to teach me? Okay? What they're wanting you to know that you don't know also, this is your final outcome, but they want me to point out this Magician holds every suit in the deck. He has swords, pentacles, cups, wands, passion, earth, air, fire, water, all of that. They're saying you have all of this. Like I said, Libras are the most interesting sign to me in the deck. They're the most unique. And they're saying we've already given you all the tools you need. Recognize that. Recognize that your arsenal is full. Okay? Libra, I love you guys. You are my favorite. I'm going to read this Black Egg one. This one went long too. Virgo and Libra both went long. Very powerful readings for both of you. If you have any Virgo in your chart or you know a Virgo, go watch that one too. You guys are so close. Anybody near the cusp, go watch Virgo because that's a little bit darker and more intense, but it's very similar. It's very, please go check it out. But it's a good reading. It's my most popular for this round. So you got the Black Egg again. So you have this deck is Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Spirit. You're the first one that's pulled a Spirit card. For Virgo, I didn't do this deck. I actually did a more intense one because that's what it was calling for. But when I shuffled it earlier, I found it interesting. I'm not going to read it because they're super long, but you got Scales of Balance. How funny. That's totally Libra. Look at her holding those scales. Scales of Balance. Ancient Tantra of the Soul. That's Isis Oracle deck if you're interested in looking that up. Isis Oracle deck. Scales of Balance. So, wrong book. Black Egg. Black Egg. I can't remember this card, but I've seen this in forever. Golden Egg. That sounds way better, but we'll see what this one is. Black Egg is a powerful one too. So let's see how it ties into that Swan. Remember whenever it talked about, usually they tie the whole thing in together. They talk about like writing and you need to speak your truth and all of that. So some message is waiting for you if you guys do this. I know it's going to be hard, but you have to do it. You have to. Dang it. Golden Egg. Okay, here we are. Black Egg. Speaking from an authentic voice of truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures. The truth inside of it resonates no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel within your soul harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities, wow. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in, books draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear. We gossip or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect to it. Available at every moment, in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. What would I say? In the beginning, I said, I keep hearing speak your truth. That's so beautiful to bring that all around. What a beautiful message. It says the black egg in the fifth chakra. This is crazy. That's your throat chakra. The black egg in the fifth chakra. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay. The subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat, at the Vishuddha chakra. Again, I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. Y'all correct me. The ancient sages saw this center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. Vishuddha translates as especially pure. Especially pure. Beautiful. The balance of this center is important for all of us, but it is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers, right? Because if you're putting that out in the world, you better make sure you're speaking truth. And to me, speaking truth is speaking spirit. And spirit never speaks negatively. So when you have those negative thoughts, you need to go start journaling and write them down. And then look at them and say, what's really true about this? And what's my black egg? Where am I being unsure and speaking from a place of pain and hurt, right? Okay, beautiful reading, you guys. If you want a personal, more in detail reading to your specific situation, whether it be love, career, or spiritual transformation, I like to present people with a path and tell them where their energies are. If you want more detailed readings, I'm more than happy to help you out with that. Again, $50 special going on right now. Shoot me an email. I'm filling up quickly, and we'll get you scheduled. Okay. Once I send you a PayPal link and payments received, then we will put you on the calendar. Okay. All right. Love and light to all of you. I missed you all. Leave a comment. If you're new, please like and subscribe. You have no idea what that does for a channel. All right. Peace out.